Welcome to FedScoop TV and our special series on accelerating innovation in government. I'm Wyatt Cash, and today joining us is Terry Carpenter, Service Development Executive and PEO with DISA. Thanks for joining us today, Terry.
Thank you, Wyatt.
I want to talk a little bit first about digital transformation and how it's enabling the mobility of government workers and DoD workers in particular. From your perspective, what's kind of some of your biggest priorities in providing mobile solutions to your workforces?
That's a great question, Wyatt. I think DISA has put a lot of effort and energy as part of the DoD initiative to get mobile devices and mobile data out for our warfighting people. In the last several years, we put a lot of energy into the infrastructure, understanding how to bring that mobile data back from the carriers onto our networks, how to secure it, and how to give them devices that we can manage and trust. The future, though, is about looking at the mobile experience. How do we give them the data that they need access to, not just email and phone calls and chat, but the real data that they need in fighting their mission? And how do we do that securely? Opportunities abroad, as you think about things like, can we get to the point where we can bring their own device and still trust that our data is protected compared to the data that's on there for their everyday use, making that experience even better for the DoD employee and the warfighter.
Next, I'd like to ask a little bit about security and the sense for how do you, as you work at deploying applications, make sure that they have the necessary security elements built in so that the warfighters can feel more secure about the data that they're using?
Yeah, that's a big issue for us. When you think about security, you think about and user experience in the same sentence. Sometimes that's difficult. They tend to push and pull against each other a little bit. So we're trying to build security deeper into the application so that we're not just relying on the actual infrastructure, the network, the computing infrastructure, but we're actually allowing the application to have some sense of awareness as to what a user should be doing. It's still a long journey to get there. We have a lot of work to figure out how to do that. And we're focusing in our command and control area where the warfighting data lives, where people think about how do I plan the resources I need to go out there and do my mission. We're looking at those applications as an opportunity to build some of that cybersecurity into the data application itself.
And I'd like to last ask about kind of mobilities in the larger context of innovation. And we see mobility, immersive technologies. As you look ahead at DISA and reimagining how computing will enhance the user experience, what kind of things are you looking for to really empower DoD workers and warfighters, as well as just make them more productive?
So I think a couple things. There's a big convergence in technology right now. The network is no longer totally separate from the application. The application has to understand the network. As we talk about with software-defined networking, virtualization, things are converging in such a way that mobile experience now is, I can't have a mobile device for every single network I need to be on and operate in the DoD. It's expensive, and it's not really productive for the user. So we're looking at how do we converge that data with the virtualization capability and the mobile experience and give the user a better experience out there as they need to get their data from multiple levels of security, different data enclaves, and different applications.
Well, Terry, thank you so much for just stopping by briefly to share some of the insights that you're working on at DISA and some of the efforts to improve the user experience for all the DoD workers and warfighters. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity, Wyatt.
Sure. Look for more of our coverage on accelerating innovation at fedscoop.com. I'm Wyatt Cash. Thanks for watching.